I'm here at Birmingham's Clothes Show Live. I'm very, very excited to be joined by Victoria Bramwell. She is Midlands, one of Midlands' up and coming top designers at the moment. So tell me, Victoria, you were the actual overall winner of the Midlands Youth Fashion Designers Award. You won your category as couture, but you were actually the overall winner as well. So tell me about it. How did the competition do for you? How did winning the awards, you know, what happened afterwards?
It was just absolutely amazing. After uni, finishing my collection, it actually gave me the opportunity to show my collection, show my family and my friends, and then just winning was just like amazing on top of that, because it gave me the appreciation of all that hard work I put into it. I finally got something back and something to show for it. And afterwards, like, we got publicity from 69 magazine and just all sorts, and people just keep finding me from all these different things. So Fantastic. It's definitely given me a step up, and people know me more now because of it. So it was really good.
You were telling me earlier how about, unfortunately, your final end of year show got cancelled at university.
Yeah.
So how did you get in contact with Jenny, and how did that? It seems like fate, doesn't it? It's fantastic.
It was. Our year had so many people. It was really, really tough competition, and then it got down to like 22 of us, so we got through. And then the university didn't have enough funding, so they cancelled the show, which was really upsetting for quite a lot of us.
Yeah.
And then I just thought, I've got to find a way to show my stuff. I've done all this hard work, I've got to find something. And I literally just like was looking on the internet and came across Midlands Young Fashion Designer.
Fantastic.
Applied, got chatting to Jenny, and then got through, and all happened from there.
So and did you have to pick out certain pieces? I mean, was that a really tough job?
Yeah, it was, because I had the 6 full outfits, the whole collection, and for the competition you could only have 3. So I had to decide which ones I wanted. So
surely that jumpsuit was in one of them.
Yeah, it was.
Yes,
yeah.
I knew it would be. Do you know what? Your collection really, really stood out for me. It really did. I can honestly say that. And I mean, I think you're going to go far. What are your aspirations for the future?
Well, ultimately I'd like to be my own designer. I do want to start designing for someone else, but it's such a hard industry to get into. But having things like this will always help. It'll help me like actually show that I've won something. I've got my foot in the door, basically. Yeah. So from there on, I'm going to try and get more experience doing design, and then hopefully start up my own brand. And
do you want to stay couture? Is that you know, is that your field? Is that your passion?
I've always wanted a big impact, and from my collection I wanted to have something that stood out. I didn't want to like simplify it. I wanted to be a bit a bit wacky. Whenever I go to a shop, I want something that actually stands out. I think, oh, that's weird, or that's different. That's
but I like
what I want.
it.
Yeah. So that's exactly what I wanted my collection to be. And obviously everyone keeps saying that, like, oh, it really stands out. But from that, then you can simplify it down. So I would ultimately want to carry on the way I am, but I would also make pieces that take elements from it to simplify it so people could wear it every day. Yeah.
Where would you say you grab your inspiration from? I mean, I noticed the Alice in Wonderland theme, the fairy tale theme. I mean, is that are you going to go on and progress from that? Is that a starting base for you?
I've always been really colourful. Like, everything I want, colourful. So when I made my collection, I wanted it to be like that. Obviously the whole weird and different factor. So when I thought of Wonderland, it's always been something I've absolutely loved, just because it's really interesting, really different. It's so current, and it's like over 100 years old, this story, and it's still relevant today. So that was big inspiration. And it's just the whole like Japanese Harajuku girls. Gwen Stefani is my idol. So it's just things like that.
Sure,
really.
I can tell from your collection. Fantastic. So you graduated from Birmingham University.
Yeah, in July.
So how's the story gone from then? So you entered the competition, won that overall competition. So how's it gone from there?
Well, after the competition, I moved from Birmingham to London to start working for Arcadia, sort of get my foot on the door again.
Fantastic.
And I keep hearing all these things about, you know, doing photo shoots, being on different blogs. Started selling my stuff online on Sense of Fashion and Etsy, so people can see that if they type in Victoria Bramwell or V Bramwell, then my stuff will come up.
Heard it here first, folks.
I just keep hearing like people just contact me and they're like, oh, I saw you on this, or I saw you in this magazine. So it's definitely brought this all up. And
so, I mean, I know you've moved to London, but would you say Birmingham is pretty much the place to be for up-and-coming designers at the moment, young designers like yourself that are trying to get their foot in the door? You know, how would you say Birmingham is as a base? Are you happy to be in the Midlands?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I'm from Milton Keynes, so that's where I was from, and there wasn't anything to do with fashion there. Like I always said, I wanted to do something with like fashion design line, like go to college or uni or something. So then I looked at Birmingham, which is quite close to home, went there, and just being in Birmingham, it's actually like, it has got fashion and stuff to do, and like obviously Jenny's trying to make that more obvious and stuff now.
Fantastic.
Like they have this clothes show here as well, so it is like second best to London, but it's such a good starting point, because when you don't have like the hustle and bustle of London and all these brands, it actually is easier coming from somewhere like Birmingham in the Midlands, because you can start something. You
stand out.
Yeah, you don't have to work and be able to afford to live in London. So, you know, it's easier when you're younger and you're living at home to start up your own clothes, start up your own brands, and you have more freedom, whereas in London you're so busy, it's quite hard to get into.
I understand.
So it's a lot easier, yeah.
So if anybody's watching this now and they're thinking, oh, I'm in an iron about entering next year's competition, what would you say to any aspiring fashion designers? You know, you are the success story, Victoria. What would you say about anybody that is watching and thinking, not sure?
I'd say definitely do it. I mean, you know, you can go to university and, you know, learn stuff that way, but if you have a talent, you don't really need to do that. You can just do it yourself, and this gives the people that opportunity. You know, it gives you this exposure, which universities, there's so many and they all do the same thing, so people sort of get bombarded with all this stuff. So when something like this happens, it's so like rare and different and unique, it stands out more. So I've got so much more exposure from doing this than I probably would have done from my uni catwalk. So I'd definitely say anyone to enter it. Yeah,
it's meant to be. Well, thank you so much for joining us. I wish you every success in the future, and I honestly think you're going to go really far, so thank you.
Thank you.
Cool.